Good morning and welcome to another Ministry Minute with Pastor T. Look here, this morning I'm talking about don't judge a book by its cover. I'm in the New Living Translation Bible. I'm in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17 verses 33 through 37, and it reads, "Don't be ridiculous," Saul replied. "There's no way you can fight this Philistine and possibly win. You're only a boy, and he's been a man of war since his youth." But David persisted. "I have been taking care of my father's sheep and goats," and he said, "when a lion or a bear comes to steal a lamb from the flock, I go after it with a club and rescue the lamb from its mouth. If the animal turns on me, I catch it by the jaw and club it to death. I have done this to both lions and bears, and I'll do it to this pagan Philistine too, for he has defiled the armies of the living God. The Lord who rescued me from the claws of the lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." Amen. Look here. Now, we've all heard the term, don't judge a book by its cover. Now, and here it is. Saul was only looking at the outside. He was looking at David's stature. Now, he was looking at Goliath's stature, and how Goliath was this big, huge giant, and David was this little ruddy old boy. Now, but what Saul didn't understand is that David had experience. David spent time in the field. David had a relationship with the Lord. And many of us, we make the mistake sometimes. We look at the outer person and we see, oh, they don't dress the part, they don't look the part, they don't have all these material things. And so we make these assumptions and we make these judgments. Not knowing that they got a prayer life, not knowing that the favor of God is on their life, not knowing that God has anointed them. But yet, because we only looking at the outer and we don't get to know who they really are, we judge them by what we see on the outer. And here it is. David was like, look here, I got experience with lions and bears. I got experience with the enemy, and I'll do him just like I've done that enemy. And so just because somebody may be young doesn't mean they have not experienced life. Just because we're older than people by decades, doesn't mean the people that we're older than haven't gone through some stuff that we can't even imagine that can happen to them at such a young age. And David, he learned at a young age how to deal with adversity and how to contend with the lion. That's why when Saul tried to shut him down, David was persistent. And David was like, "No, you don't understand, Saul. I could take this joker out." And so on today, before we judge a book by its cover, let's get to know their experiences. Let's get to know what they've been through in the past. Let's stop and hear their testimony and see what the Lord has done in their life. Because David said, he said, "The Lord who rescued me from the claws of the lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." In other words, Psalm, I'm putting stock in the Lord. My bet is on God. And since my bet is on God, I know I win. And since my bet is on God, I know this Philistine ain't nothing to me. Y'all better put your bet on God on this morning. Amen. I hope you enjoyed this ministry minute. And if it be the Lord's will, I'll be back on tomorrow. You have yourself a great